Hey everybody, I'm Crow. Welcome back to Faster Than Light. It's looking like we're gonna need to get a couple of jumps out, probably go to the store, and then... I don't know, we need to get to that quest. Unless we get more fuel here, a store visit will be necessary. A small Lannius craft approaches. You prepare for a fight, but they do not seem to be carrying any weapons. After a brief moment, they message you. Although your translator struggles with the unfamiliar dialect, it appears they wish to trade. Ask the Lannius for an alternative trade. 3 missiles for 23 scrap. Does this give us a better trade? 6 fuel for 26 scrap. After a short discussion you do not understand, the trader comes back with a second proposal. The first one was better, actually. They leave without a word. I don't think we're in the position to give anyone 6 fuel at the moment. You picked up a Lannius vessel drifting in this sector. There's no damage to the hull, and it appears to be powered down. Power weapons to attack. You put up your weapons, but don't get a response. Investigate the vessel? The vessel appears to be dormant. It is likely there are Lannius on board, but they may be in hibernation until the ship comes within range of new materials. Lannius crew. Ignore the vessel, navigate carefully around the ship, and strip it what materials from the hull you can. Send over a Lannius crew member to plunder the ship of resources. Your crew member manages to salvage some resources without waking the hibernating crew. Cool. We got fuel. I worry about making all these jumps. We're going to shoot for the quest and then get out of here, I think. Cool, a chance at more fuel. Your arrival coincides almost exactly with that of the rebel ship. It's hard to know who is more surprised, but there is no option but to fight. I think I added a lot of extra words there that I don't know if I saw. Teleporting where? Cool. We finally have a chance to open the doors. Teleporting anywhere over here is pretty bad for them. We're going to need to dodge the flak, and we're going to turn on the beam drone because the defense drone won't really help us here, so we're going to shoot the shields. They only had enough people to send over one person. We're going to dodge that now. And they won't finish breaking that system. And we'll shoot this side now because our awesome drone just broke that. It's going to be a while until they get that up and running again. Wow, because it's just one person, it's taken so long for them to do that. They offer you some of their cargo if you let them live. For 5 fuel, I think we might actually be desperate enough to take that. I'm only going to get 1 or 2, otherwise. We're going to compromise this one time because the need for fuel is dire. Oh, I hope we can make it back in time. I do not want to fight the rebel fleet. You arrive, and the ship you're escorting jumps in behind you. Thanks for the help. We work at a nearby fusion power plant. We could try and improve your reactor's output as a form of compensation. I would have preferred scrap. Or resources and stuff. I'm glad we took that then, because we wouldn't have gotten more. I was always kind of hoping we would get more fuel there. You arrive at the long-range beacon. Scans reveal a large asteroid field nearby. Short-range scanners may discover useful materials while we wait for the FTL to recharge. Attempt to mine the asteroids. You get 48. That's the one blue option for the scrap recovery arms. I love it. Zoltan shields will be a problem. Well, actually, maybe they won't. The only thing that would stop is our hacking, and we haven't used that at all yet. I would like to repair and get more fuel. Those both sound like things that would be just really nice right now. You jump into a debris field that used to be a Zoltan cruiser. Unfortunately, its Engi escort takes you for the attacker. And all of their drones, how much wasted power they have. Oh, they have a burst laser. We can dodge that. Who can't dodge a burst laser? So we'll do that, and we'll shoot the shields. Oh, wonderful. Not even a single laser? Dodge. Well, at least they can't charge their weapon while that's going on. And we can't shoot our own. Wow, they fixed that so fast. Or maybe they had 3 and it didn't go down in the first place. Never mind. The fire should bother them, though. That's the problem with fighting Engis. Their cockpit's on fire. Isn't that more of a priority for you? Go fix that. Leave the shields to me. Wow, the timing on this. Maybe we should just hack him. You know what? We're doing damage every time anyway. We'll beat him eventually. I'm trying to save as many drone parts as I can, since we're constantly losing them on beam drones and stuff. I didn't cloak fast enough! Oh, maybe I did. Beam drone! I wonder how much better the beam drone 2 is. Maybe they're just longer. The ship explodes. You get fuel. And there's distress. You know, I think we're gonna get more evasion, because more evasion means more dodging. Even with our cloaking there, we only had a 75% chance to dodge. It appears the distress beacon is coming from the surface of a nearby moon. You find a colony that seems to have just recently been attacked. Exploring the devastation, you find a lone survivor. So we invite him to come on. He states that he was a weapons operator before being stranded. Who's our weapons operator? Ekman? Ekman's not very good at his job. Fantastic. Charlie is the new Ekman, and you can, what can you do? Why don't you go wait over here? If anything in this region gets broken, you're the Yengi repairman. Oh, the store is right there. Well, we'll see what we can do. Fuel and repairs are very necessary. Scans reveal large asteroid field. 59. That's really convenient. You're surprised when a stationary Zoltan ship opens fire. It appears there are aggressive pugilists, even among the enlightened. Oh, I didn't want you to do that. That's something we're going to need to dodge. At least it's just the scanners they're going to break. That only does one each time. I was hoping it would do two. I mean, I guess it does fire fast enough. It's firing, we're cloaking. We can no longer see inside of our ship, but as long as they don't start causing fires and stuff, it's a non-issue. I'm gonna hack them. They have double shields. We need to get through and stay through. And I kind of want to shoot their weapons. Good. I'm glad that we went for the weapons then, because that thing takes forever to charge. We do need to get this next, though. Really? And it was right before he finished fixing it? Smith. Ah, we can't get through with this. I kind of need to wait for that. Cloaking. Could you distract him? Well, no, why don't you distract him? Just don't let him break it. That'll drain out. We'll shoot the mind control. Everybody back to positions. Actually, you're the repair Angie. Why don't you help? Yes, that's broken and they started a fire in here, so that's a higher priority and they don't want to fix that yet. Which also means we can get shots through on here. Hey, we can see their ship again. That's not a problem. I like that we've hurt most of their ship and that they can't get to it. With only a crew of 2 and the Zoltan help, we probably could have killed the crew, but... Actually getting through. We got him. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of stiff. 108 is enough to repair and get fuel, I imagine. We don't need to fully repair either. So I'll take your fuel. I love reconstructive teleport on teleporting runs. I've heard that this is actually pretty good too, because they stack with each other. So the 20% that you get from them, like, it's additive. So if you had a really good weapons person and that reduced it by 20%, this would just add on to be 30. And if you had 2 more, then it would be 50. I didn't know it worked like that. I thought it might have been multiplicative instead of additive. Additive is much more powerful. Battery charger. We've already got pretty much everything else. I don't know if I need to blow any money on that. Let's just get up to somewhere in the green. And then we can save the rest for being able to fully power up our engines. So now our evasion is a lot better, and that means that our captain and the engine person will get a lot better at that, so we'll get the other 10%, and we only really need 5 to get our 100% evasion, which is what we really need. This might be one of the rebels' unmanned scout ships. Looks like there's no way around a fight. Whenever they have double shields, I feel like getting more. We need another weapon. We've got double shields, which is okay. We should be working towards triple. The engine's as good as it's going to get. We've got cloaking in case they have a flak or something, and if they have missiles, we have a defense too. I think our defense is pretty well rounded, but getting through shields and stuff is getting to be more and more of a pain. So we'll launch that over there. And drain it. Should I bother with a laser? I don't know. This thing takes forever to repair. If we could just get the shields down, then we could finish this with the... Okay, it looks like we're using the beam. They're already getting through us. Yeah, we need triple shields as well. Let's just cloak this. Drones are a problem. That's coming back up. This will be up. I think each one of these is 5 seconds. So we'll drain out that last bit right there, and hopefully our dual lasers will be up in time. Yes! They don't have shields. Rip them apart. Well, we stopped their ion. I think that means we're pretty safe. Unless this one fires twice in quick succession, but that means that also has to line up with that, which is not broken. Never mind, we're okay. Boom. 39, actually 42. We need 100 to upgrade our shields. Well, that was like an hour and a half. Anyway, in my spare time, I did some science. I think having an Atlanteus is kind of like having a hull breach, because if I open all of the doors, by himself, he drains all of the oxygen on the ship. Even though I still had the oxygen on. But I'm thinking triple shields, because we're at the 4th sector, it's about time we get that. And then we need to upgrade our subsystems, because I just noticed we haven't upgraded any of our subsystems, and we need weapons. So shields, and then probably weapons on the priority, and then subsystems if we don't get any weapons. But we need to start saving up lots of scrap. And ion storms are not the best way to do that. You jump into a sector of the nebula beset by a plasma storm. An automated rebel scout stationed at the beacon moves into attack. I think we're just gonna cloak out here. I don't want to fight in a nebula. Or not in a nebula, but in a plasma storm. It always affects us a lot worse than it affects them for some reason. You have to admit, Zoltan space is beautiful. Yep. The nebula turns out to be the hiding place of a terrified rock crew taking refuge from the Zoltan border police. Well, I guess it sounds like murder. So we'll pump that up, pump that up. Oxygen's kind of nice. Turn those on. They have single shields, so beam weapon. And we could probably just keep firing there. We're not going to kill the crew, so the med bay is irrelevant. And I think that's a flak too, isn't it? So that's definitely cloak-worthy. Yes. 95% evasion, I love it. Keep shooting. The rock ship moves into a defensive position and transmits a white flag signal. They seem to be willing to buy their lives. I need more scrap. I really, really need more scrap. I appreciate the fuel, but we've got enough to get into the next sector at least. And with a few good jumps, we could get further. I love the sweeps that this thing gets. The resistances. They are irrelevant. 37 instead, which goes up to 40. Because it rounds down, apparently. I heard that if you get 1.9, like if you had 19 and you got 10% more, it would only give you 1, because 1.9 would round down to 1. We only need 4 more. Oh, you know, I was actually going to say we should stick to the green worlds. I usually, whenever we play this, we stick to red and then sometimes go into the purple. But I imagine there's more stores. Perfect. Let's get a little bit more, and then we'll actually decide if we need triple shields or if there's a good weapon there, since it's in the beginning of the sector. You jump into a debris field that used to be a Zoltan cruiser. Engies always assume that you're the one that did it. We need to hack them, because our weapons are now unreliable. And we're gonna need this. Ooh, they even have a big one. So, our lasers would... Oh wait, never mind, we have a defense scrambler. We're indomitable. I should probably upgrade this though, honestly. Because it would give us more time to get the damage through. Because as it is right now, we can only attack... unless this happens to hit the shields. Actually, I guess their hacking isn't very good. We could try to get some free extra shots in. Let's hack this, and then we'll shoot at the same time. Shoot the shields! They're Engie, so they're gonna fix it, but we did damage. I'm just gonna have this always fire on the shields. If it can fire, it will fire. Their hacking should only last about 4 seconds, because it's the worst hacking. Like ours, I imagine. Otherwise, we would have lost a lot more out of that. Do beam things. They're defenseless! Cool. That actually lined up nice. I was like, we only got 1 beam out of that? Only need to do 4 more points, though. And we are safe from all harm, because that's not powerful enough to stack on itself. Drained. Keep beaming. Perfect, a 2-hit. You had the opportunity to end it, and you didn't. That's fine. The ship explodes, giving you 59. Can this... Oh, I was kind of hoping this could hop to there. We're gonna have to check the store out now. We need more fuel anyway. A Mantis crew hunkered down space whales. Got it. Ooh. I can't buy this, because we had one earlier and I sold it, I think. And that would just mean that I wasted money. Pike beam's not going to help, fire beam's not going to help, so we didn't really get a weapon here. Also, 2 of those just to get an ion that could mess. I don't know, I guess I would make the beam drone more reliable, but... it would cost 40 for the first one. Like, this would be really expensive to get working for something that can't inherently do damage. Let's just buy the fuel. We don't really need to fix up any. We'll get triple shields. Yeah, and I haven't had to use... We've actually been really lucky with them not having missiles. So we've got the power in that. 1 more and we'll be able to use the defense drone as well. Just a tourist trap. Please no plasma storm. Thank you. The drone isn't looking for you. Perhaps it's scouting ahead for the Rebel expansion. Or maybe they're seeking to use this nebula for cover. Teleporting bombs! Oh, you don't say. No shields is wonderful. Ooh, it hit twice. Twice. No, we got bombed. 58. Now we have power to use the defense drone in case we happen to need that. It would be nice to get this to 5 power as well so that we could eventually use both of them together, but that would really kill our drone parts. What I think I want to do is upgrade this hacking. So now if we don't need the defense drone, we can put the power into hacking, and it'll give us a larger window. You arrive in an asteroid field, and are greeted by a Zoltan guard. By attempting to access these closed mining fields, you are in violation of the Natural Mineral Protection Act. Your weaponry will be confiscated for processing. You don't have time for this. So we activate that and put this in here. And we just let nature and drones do their thing. Oh, look. We can hack them now. And they... Whoa, they have a glaive beam. That's potential damage. We're going to drain this and keep this drained. And then we're going to shoot their weapon. Oh, your weapon's not charging anymore. How unfortunate. Maxing that out should probably be a priority. Yay! Take extra damage. See, this is why these work really well. The extra damage lets us get our attacks through easier. That's why I like asteroid fields. The other ones all have, like, fire is unavoidable damage, and the plasma storms, or the... Oh yeah, I guess those are ones. Those suck. The pulsars make it so that, our shields get brought down, and... It appears a distress beacon is coming from the surface of a nearby moon. Your sensors are picking up a single life form. You find a colony that seems to have been recently attacked, so you invite them to join your crew. You got another Charlie, who is also an Angie. I like that we have the Angie crew on the Angie run. But we now officially have a full crew of 8, and I didn't have to buy anybody. Oh, we actually needed to go up. Oops. Well, I mean, we got another crew member. That's worth scrap. And we outran them. It could use more fuel, though. An unarmed Zoltan transport vessel is slowly making its way towards the beacon here. They hail, this is a Zoltan peace envoy, so you hear them out. And then they talk about stuff, and then there's a thing in the next sector that you can do, where we could potentially get super shields. You cycle through wideband comm channels. Absolutely nothing. I need to go here just in case. We're out of fuel. Please, conflict? Inside this nebula, you detect a rogue planet drifting through space. On its surface is a huge monolith, visible even at this distance, to the naked eye. You know what, if I read something wrong, I think I'm just going to keep going with it. A Zoltan Elder hails you from the planet. Through luck or intent, you have discovered the Great Eye. Look into its depths and receive your just desserts. Pull the ship in closer. You approach the planet and wait, but nothing happens. The Zoltan hail. And in the coming times, when the monolith speaks not with a man, he has no future, and must be left wanting. No, enemy FTL is charging. We gotta get this going now. They hacked our oxygen. We don't even use that. Who oxygens these days? They can't get away. We gotta hack the shields. Hack the shields and then shoot the cockpit. Or shoot the engines? That'll slow them down a lot. We'll shoot there. Drain. Drain. Great, and we hit their hacking. Enemy FTL is delayed. Just do lots of damage. Do lots of damage. Great, we hit the shields. If they get away, we don't get fuel. Shoot! You failed me. Drain. I'm going to hold this off until it's actually drained. Shoot! Good. They only have a single power in that, too. And we got lots of extra damage out. It'll take them a little bit to fix that because they're not Angies. Fire again! Good. Just 2 more damage. Please don't get away. 1 missed, so that was irrelevant. We could do 2 damage. That's a thing we could do. Yes! Give me fuel. 3 fuel. And a boarding drone. We get blue options for that, even if we don't end up using it. In the likely event that we don't end up using it. You arrived at the long-range beacon. Intervene and defend the outpost. Yeah, beam drone. And we'll hack them. We've still got 9. We'll have to be a little more cautious in the future. But it would just take an insurmountable amount of time to do this otherwise. I'll shoot this so that we get through faster. Yay, you actually hit it. Okay, I was like, if they still have double shields, then we didn't really make much progress then, did we? We will prevent them from having the shields. Oh, they can't have 8 either. Perfect. Yeah, just keep firing there. We're good. They don't have missile weapons. I'm surprised at the lack of enemy missile weapons. It's pretty sweet. 27, the outpost hails you. Gives you even more. They're good people. Everyone's nice. We're going to the civilian sector because, again, we need weapons. Welcome to the next sector. Okay, there's no jump immediately around here, so what I kind of want to do This hacking should be good for the amount of the triple shields that'll probably be showing up now. Our systems kind of suck. So let's just throw those out. Now we have more blue options, and our evasion isn't immediately lost if we take a point of damage. A black market weapons trader is attacked by you. You don't say. We need to hack. And I'll throw out a beam weapon. Fire! Yes! I wanted to dodge that and the 3 shots. That's what we were going for. They can't charge up while they're doing that, so we can get these through. We attack the shields. No actual damage sustained. Sometimes the beam drones take a while to fire. Ooh, they're gonna get damage on us. Dual lasers, try to go through. You could charge up again. Nope. If one misses, we're kinda... Oh, we actually dodged all of those naturally. 3 means not a problem. We drain this. And fire! Angi's problems with the fire makes this a lot better, and they don't have any way of healing, so eventually they'll stop wanting to fix this, maybe? Oh, the mantises might die. The mantis died. The Angi's gonna die too. Sweet. The Rockman doesn't care about fire, but it's already too late for them to be saved. The ship repeatedly hails you. It looks like they want to surrender. It looks like they failed to surrender. 59 instead, which is actually 64. We want to stay inside the nebula for maximum amount of jumps. Oh. You jump into a sector of the nebula beset by a plasma storm. An automated rebel scout. What do we have? I can have double shields. It's only 1 point for these, 2 points for that. So if I want to attack, I'd have to take 2 points out of engines. We wouldn't have oxygen or hacking or anything else. I think we should just avoid these kinds of fights. That just seems like I'll end up taking more damage. Oh, what do you know? Another one. You jump in the middle of a plasma storm. Multiple recently incapacitated ships loom in the shadows, briefly illuminated by the lightning. Have your pilot carefully explore the debris. Your pilot carefully explores the wrecks, but the storm has taken its toll. Any crew are long since dead, and the floating debris has been scorched beyond repair. Yay, pilots. It's worrying that the rebels have penetrated so deep into uncharted space, even if it is only an unmanned craft. Missiles! Defense drone. Triple shields, not necessary. Actually, no shields are necessary for this fight. Put those points in there, put that there, put that there. I can't put any more power into that, which means we are going to need to hack them. Otherwise, it will be impossible for us to do damage. Oh, it'll actually shoot both of them. That might actually work to our detriment. I need to hit that. Great. If this, because of how fast this thing shoots, it might shoot the ion instead of shooting the missile. And the missiles tend to only take 1 power anyway. Oh, we actually got up to a decent time. My bad. I don't know that I'm ever going to do episode lengths properly. Oh well. We'll finish this up. Okay, I didn't see it. I was like, did it get it? Shoot those? No shields. I'm just gonna cloak this one just in case. That'll stop their weapons from firing as often. We're now going to shoot their weapons. When we, actually hit. If I get that down, I can switch to the beam. No, that's too many drone parts. We can handle this as is. I love having this Defense 2 drone. If we could actually get another one, I would love to have that. Because we've never done that before. I do like this beam drone more than the combat drones. I think it's like, it's cooler, it's more unique. But the problem of needing to get the shields down... if we did have one every time, maybe I should have got that laser. I just didn't want to feel like I lost stuff. Like, I just sold it for no reason. But if I had just not used the dual lasers on that and only paid for one upgrade and just used that instead of the dual lasers, that could get their shields down more reliably, which means I wouldn't have to use the hacking, and the parts that I saved from not having to hack I could maybe use on the beam drone. So the beam drone could do all of the damage. Just a thought. We don't see the story yet. We're going to get to this quest. Oh my god, would life be easier if we got a Zoltan shield? Wow, would that be great. I love Zoltan shields. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you liked it. Later, everybody.